Not one day.
Fade out. Fade in, LaGuardia Airport. It's 5 years later, a couple in a clinch. The woman is Sally at 26. She looks great. She's a stylish young woman. She's kissing a very attractive man with a beard, although it's not that easy to see him at the moment. His name is Joe. Harry is coming down the hallway of the airline terminal. He's wearing a suit and tie and trench coat. He has a kind of attractive but rumpled demeanor. He notices the couple kissing, goes past them, and stops. Backs up. He recognizes them. They're still kissing. Harry comes closer. Peers the two of them from slightly too close. It's not easy to see either of their faces. Finally, Sally and Joe become aware that someone is standing nearby, and they stop kissing to look at Harry.
Joe! I thought it was you. Harry Burns.
Harry, how are you?
What are you doing?
Fine.
I thought it was you. Still at the DA's office?
I switched over to the other side. What about you?
I'm working for a small company, political consulting.
An awkward pause. Sally just standing there, wondering if Harry remembers her.
Oh, Harry, this is Sally Albright. Harry Burns. We used to live in the same building.
Hi.
Sally nods.
Well, great to see you. See you around.
Harry starts down the long corridor for his plane. Joe and Sally look at each other.
God, it could replace me. I drove from college to New York within 5 years ago. It was the longest night of my life.
What happened?
He made a pass at me, and when I said no, he was going with a friend of mine. Oh God, I can't remember her name. Don't get involved with me, Joe. I'm 26 years old and I can't even remember the name of a person. I was such good friends that they wouldn't get involved with their ex-boyfriend.
So what happened?
When?
He made a pass at you and you said no?
I said, we can just be friends, and this is what I remember. He said, men and women can't be friends.
Joe kisses her again.
Do you think it's wow, do you think it's true?
No.
Do you have any women friends, just friends?
No, but I'll get one if it's important to you.
Amanda Reese, that was her name, thank God.
Another kiss.
I'll miss you. I love you.
You do?
Yes.
I love you.
Airplane, day. The plane is in flight en route from New York to Washington. Sally is in the middle seat in a crowded, all-coach plane. She has the New York Times on her lap, but she's staring into the middle distance, a little smile on her face. There's a man on the aisle next to her. In the row back of her, in the aisle seat, is Harry. His head pops up. Sally starts to read the newspaper. The man in the aisle looks up at Harry, who is still looming over them, trying to place Sally. Harry pops down. Sally starts to read again. Harry pops up again, pops back down. The stewardess comes down the aisle with the drink cart, asks Sally for her drink order.
Do you have Bloody Mary mix?
Yes.
Okay, no wait, this one. Regular tomato juice, not too much ice. Fill up with 3/4 and just a splash of Bloody Mary, just a splash.
Harry's head starts to rise again.
A little piece of lime, but on the side.
University of Chicago, right?
Yes.
Harry pops down, pops right back up.
Did you look this good at the University of Chicago?
No.
Did we ever?
No, Jesus. We drove from Chicago to New York together the day after graduation.
The man on the aisle. Would you two like to sit together?
Great.
Harry and the man on the aisle change seats, and Harry sits down next to Sally.
You were a friend. Oh,
Amanda.
geez.
I can't believe her name.
What do you mean? I can remember Amanda. Right. Amanda Rice.
Reese.
Reese, right. That's what I said. Whatever happened to her?
No idea.
You have no idea? You were a good friend of hers. We didn't make it because we didn't make it because you were such good friends.
And you went with her.
Was it worth it? This sacrifice for a friend you haven't even kept in touch with?
Harry, you wouldn't believe this, but I never considered not sleeping with you a sacrifice.
Fair enough. You were going to be a
A
gymnast.
journalist.
That's what I said. So, did you?
I'm a journalist. I wrote for the news.
Oh, great. And you're with Joe. That's great. You guys have been together, what, 3 weeks?
Come on, how did you?
You take someone to the airport. It's clearly the beginning of a relationship. That's why I have never taken anyone to the airport at the beginning of a relationship.
Why?
Because eventually things move on and you don't want to take someone to the airport. And I never wanted anyone to be able to say to me, how come you never take me to the airport anymore?
It's amazing. You look like a normal person, but actually you're the angel of death.
Are you going to marry him?
We've only known each other a month. Besides, neither of us is looking to get married.
I'm getting married.
You are?
Yep.
You are.
Yep.
Who is she?
Helen Hilson. She's a lawyer. She's keeping her name.
You're getting married.
What's so funny about it?
It's just so optimistic of you.
You'd be amazed what falling madly in love can do for you.
You know, that's wonderful, Harry. It's nice to see you embracing life in this manner.
Besides, you just get to a certain point where you get tired of the whole thing. The whole life of a single guy thing. You know, you meet someone, you have the safe lunch, where you decide you like each other enough to move on to the dinner, you go dancing, you go to the white man's overbite, then you go back to her place, you have sex, and the minute you finish, you know what goes through your head? How long do I have to lie here and hold her before I can get up and go home? Is 30 seconds enough?
Is that what you're thinking? Is this true?
Yes, all men think like that. How long do you like to be held afterwards? All night, right? That's the problem. Somewhere between 30 seconds and all night is your problem.
I don't have a problem.
Yes, you do.
The flight attendant announces that everyone should fasten seatbelts in preparation for landing in Washington, D.C. In the airport, Harry and Sally are on a moving sidewalk.
You staying over?
Yes.
Let's have dinner. What? Just friends.
I thought you said, man, we can't be friends.
When did I say that?
On the road to New York.
No. I remember. Yes, that's right. We can't be friends. Unless both of them are involved with other people, then they can. This is an amendment to the earlier rule. If the two people are in relationships, the pressure of possible involvement is lifting. Although that doesn't work either. Because what happens is the person you're involved with doesn't understand why you need to be friends with the person you're friends with. Like it must mean something's missing from your relationship. And you have to go outside to get it. And when you say, no, that's not true, there's nothing missing from our relationship, the person you're involved with accuses you of being secretly attracted to the person you're friends with, which you probably are, let's face it. Who the hell are we kidding? Which brings us back to the original rule before the amendment, which is men and women can't be friends. So, where does that leave us?
Harry?
Yes, Sally?
Goodbye.
They look at each other, they shake hands. Though they have said goodbye, they are now in that awkward place of still going in the same direction.
I'm gonna stop walking for a minute and let you go ahead.
Documentary footage. Another older couple sitting on a love seat looking at the camera.
We got married 50 years ago. We were married 3 years. We got a divorce.
No one got divorced then unless you were miserable. Not like now, you get a little upset, you got a divorce.
So then I married Marjorie.
But first you lived with Barbara.
Right, Barbara. But I didn't marry Barbara. I married Marjorie. And then I got a divorce. My brother's a lawyer. I got a rate. Then I married Katie.
The shortest one of all.
Less than a year, another divorce. So then I was single. I crammed in a lot of living. I got it out of my system.
Don't forget Roberta.
Roberta.
We got married again.
45 years to the day after our first marriage.
But I never married anybody in between. I waited. I knew.
New York Street, day. It's 5 years later. Sally walking down the street to a restaurant like Petaluma. She looks even prettier now. She's wearing a loose blouse, full skirt, boots. Two women, Mary and Alice, at a table for three. Mary is a dark-haired, dark-eyed beauty. Alice is cute and plump, a married lady. Sally comes in and sits down as the others finish giving their drink order to a waiter.
I'm sorry, I'm late. Here's what I want. I want a Campari and soda. Here's how I want it. I want a Campari in a glass with ice and soda on the side, but in a bottle. And I don't want the soda in a glass. I want to mix it myself.
So I looked through his pockets, okay?
Marie, why do you look through his pocket?
And you know what I found? They
What?
just bought a dining room table. He and his wife just went out and spent $1,600 on a dining room table.
Where?
The point isn't where, Alice. The point is he's never going to leave her.
So what else is new? You've known this for 2 years.
You're right, I